There we go. We'll wait just a couple minutes. It's not quite 3 o'clock, but I see some folks are joining us, so that's exciting. And I'll try to remember to look at you in the camera, but if I'm looking down, it's so I can see you on the screen. If your video's on, but if your video's not on, I obviously can't see you. And I have my hot tea, and I just discovered, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Puyer tea. P-U-E-H-R, I think it is. It's a black tea if you don't know it, but it is so smooth. And it doesn't feel like it has like caffeine. It has caffeine, but it doesn't feel like it's caffeine that makes you, you know, like that. Anyway, check it out if you like tea and never heard of it. I'm already half done. Well, we are right at 3 o'clock, so welcome everybody to June Cashmere's Vogue Knitting Live. Little trunk show here, and actually I called it a fireside chat this time because I thought, why not set up by our fireplace? And well, our fake fireplace, it's a 1930 house, and it used to have an old gas insert. And so the boxes are so small, we thought about old gas logs, but now they make these little electric things and they throw little flames up and it's just delightful. So that is our little faux fire in the city. I'm Amy Swanson. I'm the director of June Cashmere Yarn, and I live in Columbus, Ohio. And so we're coming to you from my living room. And on this particular, we've got two sessions here. We've got a half hour today and a half hour in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Both are being recorded and they'll be on our Vogue page. And I'm just going to stop a second and share my screen to show you a couple of things. Share screen. Okay, so first of all, here is our website. So it's junecashmere.com. And are we sharing? Yeah. Everybody can see the website? I hope so. Okay, good, thanks. So here's the main page of our website, and right now we have the holiday gift guide up, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean about wrapping, tagging, and creating special kits if you want to have a package for a gift. And then here's our guide of different things, and we'll be looking at all of these things today. So that's our homepage. And then we have our Vogue Knitting Live page. So I'll put this, it's junecashmere.com. And then when we stop sharing, I can put this in the chat. But if it's just /pages/VKLive. And then that gives you, I'll replace these Zoom links with the recordings. And so you'll have access here. And then it also has our weekend specials. And we have free shipping. So shipping usually in the US. I'm sorry, Canada. Canada has a postal strike. And when we've tried to ship with other like UPS or something before, the customer on the end gets a big whopping charge. So we only use the post office. So that's I'll be happy to ship whenever your strike's over, but that is a bummer right now, and I'm especially feeling bad for businesses. Shop your local businesses who are trying, who rely on that, if you can. But we also have 10% off orders of $100 or more with the code Fireside, and that goes through Sunday night. And then one more page I wanted to show you. I have a new blog post, so this is under the blog. You don't have to remember that, but just come to the menu and go to blog. And actually, I'll just do that. And you get to the blog, and the very first one here that you find, I just recently put up. And I think it's worth watching. It leads you to some videos. And so Sai, our founder, just talked about how this whole enterprise came to be. So if you are unfamiliar with us, we exist for shepherds in Kyrgyzstan and toward economic development in Kyrgyzstan, and Sai explains all about that. And he lives in Kyrgyzstan with his family. He's a Columbus native also. And that is how we hooked up. But yeah, so I do the yarn portion. So I'm going to stop sharing. And again, our Vogue Knitting Live page is just pages, junecashmere.com/pages/VKLive. And I will stop share and I'll just put that in the chat. And you'll have that page. Okay, so we're back to, we're going to look at all kinds of gift opportunities and colorwork kits today. And then tomorrow when you see me, and I'm hoping I have guests, but I may not, we'll look at some garments and look at some other larger projects that you can make. So if you have a, we're going to look at a couple of things that even non-knitters or non-makers would like. So we still have some of our accessory gift bags, and these are so beautifully made. In fact, in that blog post I told you about, they're made by another business that I talk about there, and she has a video about how she started too. And this is Work and Shelter, and they are a company that helps women in need, and they do sewing. So what comes with this little accessory kit is this beautiful, it's so beautifully made. It's heavy canvas and then organic canvas, and then it's lined with exquisite, they're all different, but sari remnants, and they're silk. And then you get a little notepad in there, and you get these.
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I don't know what happened. And then you also get this wonderful scented, it's spicy orange clove goat milk soap, and it's made in Ohio from a woman who has a goat farm. So that's a great gift, and I've even given these to people who aren't makers, and they, you can use these little bags for anything. The other thing that for non-makers we have are the scarves, and so these are ready-made woven scarves. You'll find them under the menu. They are 100% cashmere. They're woven up the mill, up the road from our mill in Great Britain. This is the slate color. And then we also have the scarlet color. And my husband and I each bought one of these, I think 5 or more years ago. And I meant to actually grab it out of my closet, but they look like they did when we first bought them. And so they haven't pilled, they don't look ratty. We wear them constantly. And so if you are looking for a gift that is special, that will last a lifetime for someone, 2 beautiful colors. These are our hand woven scarves. And the money for these scarves actually bypass the yarn portion of the company and go right to the work that's happening in Kyrgyzstan. So those are some non-maker fun things to show you. For makers, then I have all our yarn here. So I didn't really talk yet about cashmere. But if you don't know, cashmere is the downy undercoat that grows on a goat. And in fact, I'll show you a photo of the native goat. It's like that guy. And so they have this very long outer coat, and that is not cashmere. Cashmere is this downy undercoat that grows only in the winter months for extra warmth. These little goats, they live in Kyrgyzstan, and Kyrgyzstan is a very mountainous country, and oh gosh, their valleys are at about 10,000 feet and to 14,000 feet, and then the mountains are in the 20,000 feet. So it's Colorado on steroids. And what happens is in the spring, this fiber naturally molts off. A goat only produces about 4 ounces of cashmere a year, and it naturally molts off. This is a very dark cashmere. It's kind of matty. It's got debris in it. It doesn't feel very soft. And if we didn't work with the shepherds, this would just go off and go land on a fence post and never be used. Interestingly, while the Kyrgyz people, the shepherd people, have a centuries-old textile history, they never really did anything with cashmere. And so by helping them develop their cashmere so that they can get full value out of it, gives them extra income, and then gives us a gift of being able to work with an incredible fiber. What you get after it goes through washing and a process called dehairing, I think you can see the difference there, is this beautiful downy. This is a blend of all the colors coming off goats in the cashmere. So creams and browns and kind of grays. I think you saw a black goat, but you never get black cashmere. And so because a goat only produces about 4 ounces a year, by the time you go through the processing and you lose weight to moisture and debris and, every step of the process, you lose a little more of your fiber. You end up needing the fiber from 4 to 6 goats to have enough for one sweater. So that gives you an idea of why this is a precious fiber and why it's more expensive. We have established our price to our fiber or our yarn way back when we started in 2017, and we haven't ever raised our prices. We will watch as things go. We're hoping desperately for not added tariffs, and so far we haven't had increases in processing costs. So we work really hard to keep that pricing there for you. We really do not want it to go up. And then we really try to do some things like give you some extras, and I'll talk about those in a minute. As 2025 comes, and I'll save more of this for tomorrow, but I'm going to give you some sneak peeks as to what's coming. But one of the things I hope to do is shift into a rewards program. So we aren't really ever having sales, but we're rewarding you and thanking you through the purchases that you make with us. So we sell this fiber for hand spinners, and it comes in this great package, and it's 2 ounces. And then I have a shop where the shop owner sent me this beautiful sample of hand spinning. So this is what you can get. Yeah, it's so fine you can hardly see it in the screen, but you can kind of see. If I move it over here, you can kind of see it in front of the fireplace. And so hand spinners have loved this. And then I have a bag that I can open. So you can kind of see when you open it, how you get this beautiful satisfaction of fiber. And in fact, one of the beautiful qualities of our fiber, when our founder first took it to the mill to be milled, the mills, and this is mills that have been in business forever, we're so excited by the crimp and the liveliness and the bounce. And so I think you can kind of see that crimp in there a little bit, where you're getting the little depth of ridges. That's signs of very nice quality cashmere. Cashmere is unique for people in that if you are allergic to wool or it's harsh on your skin. That's because wool, if you think of wool fibers coming from sheep, has little barbs on it. That's what makes it felt really well. But that can also be irritating on the skin, as well as sheep produce lanolin, and that can be an allergen to people. The cashmere fiber, think of it as a smooth rod. And so that's why you get that very, very, very soft feel against your skin. And it's also, goats do not produce lanolin, so that is removed. And then the other thing is that it's a hollow fiber, so it's very, very lightweight. So when you have garments on like this, they just are drapey and light, but very warm. So it's not a coincidence that a goat produces only 4 ounces, or should I say only needs 4 ounces a year to keep them warm. That should tell you that one of the properties of cashmere is you don't need a lot of it to get the warmth out of it. But it's not that it's just warm, like here's the heat blowing on me. I'm not getting overly warm because cashmere has this ability to regulate with your body temperature. And so it's another beautiful property. Yeah, so anyway, that's a little bit about cashmere. I put in the box, or in my little basket here, our yarn. These are the current colors we have available in fingering weight. We have 2 weights and DK weight. And so this is our fingering natural. And we are waiting for new stock to stock up on all of our colors again. And that is either, I hope, coming still yet this month, but one never knows. So this is our natural. This is just like that cashmere fiber, the blend of all the colors coming off the goats. And the fingering weight is 308 yards. You get a lot of mileage out of the fingering weight. It's 50 grams. The DK weight is also 50 grams, but it is 6 ply instead of 3 ply, like the fingering. And so you get 150 yards out of this. We dye on top of the natural. We use a GOTS certified dyer in Great Britain. We do not use, quote, natural dyes. We use very environmentally friendly dyes. We are trying to get consistency in color, and natural dyes, even when you use natural dyes, you're still using chemical mordants. They may be naturally occurring, but they're chemical. And so what is most important is water usage and water monitoring. And of course, being in Great Britain, the environmental regulations are kind of way beyond us. So here in the US. So we feel very good about the dye house that we use, but we dye on top of the natural. So I think you can see on lots of these colors that you get just this beautiful depth of color. And that's because you see that under color coming through. So we don't bleach, but we do think we have some undyed, unbleached natural cream color coming in the new year, probably later in 2025. Okay, I'm going to check the time. So that was an awful lot about cashmere. The rest of the time, we're going to look at our what we call, if you look on the homepage, you'll see either under the menu, you'll see kits, and then you can go to all the different kinds of kits, or you'll see color work kits. And what we do with these color work kits is we break down, in some cases, we break down skeins for you, well, in the example of this one, this is one of my newest designs, and it's called what did I call this? Cher, help me. I'm blanking. I have a really good friend on who's here.
I'm sorry, I muted myself. Shed some light, honey. That's shed some light.
Oh my goodness. It's called Shed Some Light Cowl. Yes, and Cher actually made this in 2 colors. She made it in plum and natural, and that turned out just amazing. I'll just pull these colors up for you. So she made them in plum and natural, and hers turned out beautifully. But what you get, the kit is both full skeins because you can make 2 cowls out of the full skeins. So this is a very fun new cowl. I will pay more attention, however, to how I name things on our website, because I had a poor customer in Canada who ordered a kit, and she has to write a letter of appeal to the Canadian Customs because they charged her duty on a light kit, a lighting kit, like electrical. And so it said cashmere yarn on there. I don't know. But all the things you learn and have to think about, right, for customers. So Sheds and Light cowl is there, and it's a lot of people have told me how much they really liked the size of it. First of all, it's the fingering weight yarn, so it's very snuggly and lightweight, and but it's not so big and bulky. And you know, it's one of those things. I tend to wear something all winter long when it's cold, either around me, or if I wear something on my neck, I just stay so much warmer. So a scarf or a cowl. So that's that kind of thing. And these kits that come, like 2 skeins or more, automatically come with our kit bag. And let's see if I can see my kit bag. But I will show you that. I have one laying here. I'll show you that tomorrow. Another color work kit we have, and these are more cowls, but these are amazing. These are ones that we actually do break down the skeins for you. So it's a whole skein of the main color, and then mini skeins of what you need for the secondary colors. And this one is called Nebo. And this was designed by Taylor Harris. And so this is another wonderful cowl. It's just nice and loose and cowly. But that has a wonderful feel and fit. It's out of our DK weight yarn. And then another one that uses the same stitch pattern, and these are slip stitch patterns. So you don't have, especially on this one, that's 1 layer, you don't have any catching on earrings or anything because of floats. This one's a double layer, so it's been knit in the tube, same stitch pattern, but then when you graft it together in the back, you wear it. And the point of this one was to have it be a little bit closer, and then you know, so you see the inside, it's the same as the outside. So this is called Alpine. So more on our color work kits is this little mitt pattern on a fingering weight. This is color Silver Fox plus natural, and a skein and a half is what you get. And you can make 2 pairs of mitts out of that. And so this one is called Sparrow. And that's really nice and lightweight and warm. This is a fun one, and this is called Dapple. And this is a earmuff headband. And so this is also, this is done in 1 long layer in the round. And then it has a provisional cast on so that when you cast off, you join, so you have a tube, but you get little skeins. You get to choose your little colors, little colors to put in for one side, and then the other side is if you want to wear it solid, but it still has the same stitch pattern, so you get texture. So that's a fun little kit. Also under color work kits is our Vibe by Shelly Anderson, and this is just a lovely. This is 3 full skeins. She planned it so that she used all the skeins evenly. But she has a really lovely chevron pattern, and it gives it a nice organic edge at the bottom. And then that, you know, that can be quite dramatic depending on the colors you choose. Again, that's fingering weight. So those are some lovely kits. If you are, we also have some 1 skein kits that are, so there's another section called 1 skein kits, and lots of things that you can make with just 1 skein. And if you, okay, so this is our tumbling blocks scarf. This is such a beautiful little lace work scarf. It's designed by Lisa Hoffman, and she did, I think this is kind of a pattern I even saw in the Elizabeth Zimmerman, one of the Elizabeth Zimmerman books. It's kind of been around a long time, but she put a twist on it and added these lovely little short rows that happen every so often and alternate sides. So again, you get this really beautiful organic side edges. And on this pattern, you actually get the size. You get instructions for all 3 sizes, and that means this is 1 skein, and then here's what 2 skeins looks like. And then for a full on wrap, we have the 3 skeins. And so it's really nice that the pattern gives you all of those. So this is even bigger still and can go around your body. But even 1 skein, I'll take off. My husband always says, by the time I'm all done, I look like a little bag woman. Even with 1 skein, you get a nice length and a nice width, and you still have enough room to, double wrap it or wear it long, or, do something significant with it. So that's pretty fun. Another 1 skein kit is another design of mine, and this is called Stepping Stones. And so this is just a little lacy. See if I can get it close enough so you can see the little, I think the light to catch the, I don't know, there's little squares in there that you can see. They pop right out when you have them. There you can see it. So there's the little stepping stones. Again, one skein, and that makes a lovely gift too. So if you are interested in a 1 skein kit, we have, like I said, free shipping. Usually shipping is free in the US at $70 or more. So that usually excludes the 1 skein kits, but we're paying for your shipping this weekend. And if you would like our kit bag, and I know that it was right here. So I'll show you tomorrow. If you would like our kit bag, I will package this in the kit bag for you. So you just have to, I'll do it automatically if you order one this weekend, unless you tell me not to. So some customers order a lot from us and they've gotten a lot of kit bags and they don't need any more. So if you're in that case, we can do some stitch markers instead. You just have to let me know. This is a great little 1 skein kit. If you are a crocheter, it's the only crochet thing we have, but I think this is so amazing. And I need to tout this more, but it has this really fun buttons. And then what you can do is unbutton some of like the top one and get this, it lays down. If you play with it, you can kind of create, I'm not going to be able to do this very well without a mirror, but you can create a, like I say, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the laptop to see, you can see that you could kind of get a nice little collar look out of it. And so this, I think, is just a clever design. So it was called the Strata Cowl. And yeah, it's a 1 skein little kit for any crocheters. So we are getting really close. We have 3 minutes left. I would love for anyone who has questions to ask me questions. Please feel free to unmute and just butt right in. I'll just be quiet for a second. If there are colors you want to see, if there's custom kits you'd like me to put together, I can do that. If you'd like things wrapped, especially because you want to ship them somewhere, I can do that for you as well. I'll give it a minute, and if nobody pipes in, I'll just keep going. This is another fun 1 skein kit, another little cowl, and it's called the All Day Cowl. And so you get that fun little kind of it's kind of a faux cable on it. And again, it's a nice little size. But there are lots of these, all of our mitts, other than the sparrow one I showed you, but we have the Journey mitts in DK. That's a 1 skein kit. So those are really fun. You'll notice the lattice mitts are the same. That's a 1 skein kit. And then we have several hats that are 1 skein. And we'll look at a couple of these and then I'll show a couple more tomorrow that have kits to go with. or scarves that go with too, but here's our lattice, the little lattice one. So that's a fun little mitt, DK. And then if you are, Naren hat is a great one skein DK hat. And then if you want to do the other version that's on the pattern, where you go full hog and make your own cashmere tassel and make it just a wee bit longer, you can do 2 skeins, and that is on the same pattern called the Naren, Nary, Naren hat. So I think I've exhausted the time for today. It is exactly 3:30. Are there any questions? I am always available at amy@junecashmere.com or info@junecashmere.com. Tomorrow, we're going to look at more garments, a little bit bigger projects, and we're going to give sneak peeks into what's coming in the new year. And I'm hoping I have a friend with me, but she's kind of shy, so she may not. She wasn't sure. And Cher, who was with us today, she was going to come, but she got sick. So hopefully we can, when I do this another time, I can have more people with us, because it's kind of fun to converse and converse with you too. So don't be shy. If you are not a subscriber to our newsletter, at the pop-up, there's a little join now pop-up on every page of our website, and I'd love to have you join our newsletter. It's once a week. I try to do very newsy things of interest to makers, and tell you more about Kyrgyzstan, and tell you what's happening in the company, or with new patterns, or if there happens to be a special, or where we're going to be at an event. And so I'd love to have you join us there if you're not already there. So thank you for spending your time with me today. A half hour goes fast, and I will be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'll have my coffee instead of tea, and I hope you'll bring yours and join me again. If you can't and still want to watch it, that page I showed you, or on the Vogue Knitting Live platform, you'll have the recording available to you there too. All right,
Thank
everybody.
You. Yeah. Thank you, Amy. It was delightful as usual.
Well, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love the sharing.
Yeah, cool.